I have a caller online right now. Jim, please feel free to hold the line. But I got Max, Max from Chicago. And
sure, I'll be glad to hold on.
Okay. Max, what's up, buddy?
Hello. Pleasure finally talking to you on the air.
Hey, man, thanks for calling. I appreciate it. Let me explain to the audience who's on the air right now. If anybody saw on YouTube, it had, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands or millions of hits or whatever. A couple weeks ago on Fox and Friends, primetime coverage, they had a young man on the show who they thought was coming on to say that, something politically, and he didn't, and he kind of made a mockery of the show. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, no doubt. You're for sure a funny guy. But he's a stand-up comedian and all this. And I got in touch with him, and we've been talking and about getting him to call in on the show. And I appreciate you doing that, Max.
No problem.
What I realize here, I'm gonna ask you a question. I kind of put it out there to some people, and exposed that YouTube video, and I asked them, for some feedback. And a lot of people thought that it was distasteful and disrespectful, and I don't think that they understand where you were coming from, because, and I understand how people could have thought that, but did you mean to be distasteful?
No, I mean completely. I would probably say that I was acting disrespectful, but the greater question is, was Gretchen Carlson worthy of my respect?
Well, Gretchen Carlson,
not the person, the person on the show, the image.
Right, yeah, I was going to say, she's just doing her job,
Yeah, but, I don't know. I don't think I could personally do that job. That I can accept that large of a paycheck to just spread lies.
So,
what's up, dude? On the radio.
On the show, and Max, he's a 20. Yeah. Here, tell me about this, because when you came on the show, they had kind of spoon-fed some information to you. So talk about the process of what Fox News, what they, how they got you on the show, and how much time they had to research your background and that kind of stuff. Can you give us an overview of what happened?
Well, it's really no different than how Jerry Springer does it, or the Maury Show, or Judge Joe Brown. I sent a text message. Did you? Sorry, I'm walking in the street. That was go. But it's a text message from a friend, and it was almost like a casting call. He was saying, do you know anyone that is a college graduate and upset with Obama? Chance to be on national television. And I saw the chance to be on national television part, and then responded him back, of course, I know college graduates that are upset with Obama. I'm a college graduate that's upset with Obama, which wasn't true. I'm still in college. I'm in class right now, actually. Little bathroom break. But just after that, I get a text back from the kid saying, I need college graduates. You're not a college graduate. And then I respond back to him, yes, I am. And then 2 hours later, I get a text saying that not only am I the best candidate to appear on the show, but do I have any other friends that want to appear on the show too? And I was just mind-boggled. It was mind-boggling.
Okay, so they asked you if you were a college graduate, and you said yes, you were.
No. My friend asked me. Well, a friend of a friend.
Oh, a friend. Message. Oh, so then Fox sent you an email saying that you were the best candidate based on your friend.
And that was like September 9th. The September 9th is when I got the first text message being aware of a chance to be on national television. And it was September 11th that I got an official email from the show, from a Fox producer. But they were pretty aware of me on September 9th. I don't think that when I went on, it must have been September 20th. So it was like a 11-day period for them to ask for my driver's license or Google me or do anything that journalists are supposed to do.
Right, and what about...
Yeah, this is something I'm really passionate about.
So they thought, yeah, and I can tell because you exposed something. You exposed something by going on air. And I know, there's a lot of people who are offended by it.
And I mean, it's weird because they only have 5 minutes to they only know 5 minutes of me. That's all they've been exposed to me.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And I mean, I do think some positive came out of it.
Well, I think so too.
But those 5 minutes weren't planned or scripted.
No,
That
you
was
just kind of went on air and
response to a bunch of ingenuine questions.
right. So you were off the cuff the whole time.
By a bunch of people not doing their jobs.
Okay.
Yeah.
After I saw that video, after I saw one of my best friends text messaged me because he knows how I feel, about this kind of stuff. So when he saw that on YouTube or however it got passed to him, he text messaged me a link to the YouTube, and I watched it, and I watched it with some friends who were right there, and it was hilarious.
Thanks.
But so what I did was I researched a little bit further. I kept typing your name in there, and another thing that came up was your graduation speech. So I guess you were the class president of your high school, and you gave the commencement address.
Senior year, I ran every year, but I did not win until senior year.
Oh man! And being from Illinois, you're like a young Abraham Lincoln. You keep losing, finally you win.
Freshman year because I didn't send in all my requirements, and I think they rigged the ballot sophomore year. So I had a little going against me. But I did not win until my senior year.
Well, I think it turned out all right because I listened to that graduation speech several times, and
wow.
I look forward to watching your comedy career progress because you had a great mix of comedy with the delivery of important messages. You would use comedy and you would get the audience aroused and get them to be laughing. And then I don't know if there's a better quality one because when the audience was laughing so loud, sometimes you couldn't hear what they were saying on the link that I was looking at on YouTube.
Part of it is I know a bunch of people in my community. So yeah,
I'm not surprised by that one bit. One of the things that stood out, and here's why I'm so thankful you're calling in because I want young people to be interested in the information I have to offer. And when I watched your graduation speech, and I really, really appreciate that. When I watched your graduation speech, I was so impressed by the stuff you knew about and the stuff that was important to you at such a young age. And I got to be honest, when I was 18 years old, all I cared about was I'm going to college in 3 months. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go to a bunch of frat parties and football games and all that. And I was pretty much out of touch with.
I care about parties and football and alcohol plenty too.
Okay, but
ever since little age.
All right,
since I was little, I've always been infatuated with politics. And then I sort of got into politics. I worked for a congressional candidate sophomore year, I believe, or it must have been
sophomore year of high school,
beginning of junior year. And then I just realized, wow, there's just so much going wrong with the process on both sides. Like my appearance on Fox was not partisan, and that's something that I really just want to get out there. I'm independent.
All right, well, hey, man,
literally voted down the line.
Yeah, so the story about the and people can YouTube afterwards what he said on Fox. So the story about the basketball game, was that true or not true?
Oh, absolutely. And
that was true.
It was. It was more on a whim. I still haven't registered to vote yet. So I have till Friday, I believe.
Yeah, you better do that. You better do that
because
because
I don't vote, then I can't vote for Romney. But I'm more of a man of my word.
Okay, because I guess so. You did play a basketball game for who you were going to vote for.
I'm a man of my word, so I will honor that bet.
Now, let me ask you a question here. I talked last week about the left-right paradigm, about how we look towards this left-right paradigm that I believe we're stuck in. We're looking at a two-party system: left-right, Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative.
It's a three-dimensional plane.
Okay, so what do you? I mean, what are you thinking? Politically, is there a solution from a young man's perspective?
Absolutely. There's so much corruption in both the Republican and Democratic Party, and it's very clear. And I mean, everyone at home can do their research, and we just got to be active. We got to speak out. An opportunity like my opportunity on Fox happens to anyone else who's listening right now. Take it. Don't be scared. There are things that are greater than us going on right now.
No doubt.
Now is not the time to be inactive. I believe that's in my graduation speech. That's the greatest sin that one can commit, is to be inactive. To just sit down and watch while injustice is happening in front of their face.
Yeah, for sure. What was the quote you also made about, and this was also for young people, and I kind of started off the show this way tonight. I know you didn't get to hear it because you were in class, but I started off by telling people that if you have a belief in your heart about what you can do, what you want to do, what you're going to do in this world, don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do it. And you said something to that effect in your speech. What was it?
It was it's a quote from Jonathan Swift, and it's I'm paraphrasing. When a true genius appears in the world, you will know him by this sign, that there are a confederacy of dunces around him. And basically what that quote is saying that to expect a group of idiots to come at you if you do something great. And that's a sign. And that's like something positive. So don't get down if a bunch of people are criticizing you for chasing your dreams or whatever. Just keep going. That's a good sign.
Hey, that's awesome, man.
Everyone who's done something great has had just a swarm of opposition.
Without question. Without question. Well, and the young people today, you know, who might not be in tune to this information, the most recent example off the top of my head right now is, you know, going to sports is LeBron James. You know, look at all the trials and tribulations that he went through, and I don't know if I've ever seen anybody in the world of sports, which is subject to some of the most fierce criticism that there is.
It's a 24-hour news cycle. And, I mean, honestly, News Corp, I guess, is my first target. And I'm writing something right now, like a potential television show. And Disney's next. Disney's the one of the big five that I think is next. Is committing all sorts of evil. And Disney owns ESPN.
Wow, yeah. I think that the ESPN...
It's a 24-hour news cycle. If you have to make news for 24 hours a day, you just got to make crap up.
No doubt,
and
man.
It's interesting. And people love to hate people. People love to hate on people.
Yeah, they do. They do, but that's the masses. That's the masses. Individually, though, we need to overcome that.
Because the media caters to our negative characteristics. It's like the bad part of human nature, and it's wrong.
Well, I would go even further and say
that they should be helping us out. They should be trying to free us of these bad instincts that we're born with.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. I feel like that a lot of times the media promotes some of the nastiest elements of the human psyche in order to win. You look and look at what people do on these reality shows in order to win. There's so much greed and deceit and people have to be clever and
behind reality shows because they're cheaper to produce. And it's just wrong.
So what are you working on? What are you working on right now? What are some of these YouTube links that we can expect to see in the future?
I mean, I'm really all over the place. I'll be out soon.
Okay.
But, I mean, I'm just really all over the place. So we'll see what comes up first. But there's really no way of telling. I probably won't be doing stand-up for a while. Maybe one more time. Because those videos on YouTube are just so bad and so... I don't even know.
Yeah, I looked at some of those, too. There's a lot of cussing.
I'll do one more a redemption tour.
Okay, well...
Writing and filming. And I've been working on a bunch of projects for years now, even though I'm 20. And, I mean, we'll see which one hits first.
Well, you know...
Do not worry, you'll be the first to know.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah, let's keep in touch. You know, maybe one of these days I'll get you in studio. I'll get you down here and we'll do a show, and then afterwards, you know, we can go down to the bait house. You know, we'll meet up. I'll introduce you to all the Florida crews.
I'm 21 in like 10 days.
Hey,
20 days.
then the beer's on me. That's good stuff, man. Hey, listen, I know you're in class. You probably have to get back.
I gotta get down because it ends in like a couple minutes. I'm in the bathroom right now. So it's been excellent talking to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for coming on the show, Max. Thanks for coming on the show. All right, we'll keep in touch, all right, brother?
Thanks for having me.
I wondered what that echo was.
Have a good one.
Later, Max.
Later, I got a nice class. Bye.